Oh, welcome to After Park Ferme, where we pick up after the race ends. Today we talking everything Nashville and all the drama that ensued. So let's get into it.
Meow. Meow.
Before we get into all the drama that ensued, don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment. Who do you think was the best driver from yesterday's race?
I don't know. But what's your fun drink for the day?
Okay, so I'm glad you asked. I have this whole thing put together. So over the last week, bear with me here. I'm gonna grab something.
Bang.
Okay. Hold on. There's a whole bunch to this thing.
Okay. Trust me, I have a plan.
Yeah, and sometimes saying I have a plan is the scary half the scary bit. Okay, so I decided over the last week I joined the Arizona Sip Club. I really like the company. They seem like they are just run by some decent human beings. So I'm like, I think we should support them as a channel, and they have some fun drinks. I would say if it's not a Baja Blast, it's probably an Arizona iced tea, right? Nostalgia. But it's cool because this first sip, what you do is you subscribe, and then they send you all their practice flavors
Whoa.
to test out. So this one is their exclusive
Hot Wheels theme?
Hot Wheels Watermelon Drift.
Ew. I mean,
And
yum.
Exclusive Radberry. Sorry.
That sounds
is
good.
what they sent me on this one.
Right.
That's just
So it's
because they're doing I think
a
these are
monthly
just
thing?
because they did a collaboration with Hot Wheels. Is a thing, but I get basically once a month or every once in a while they send out the snacks and stuff that they're testing, right? You pay $100 and you get access to, they'll send it to you for free. So this is the one that I got, is the first sip. So I figured I would open this up and this will be my official drink for the day. So I already cut it open. I haven't looked at what the drink is, but I did put the whole box in the fridge yesterday when I got it so that it was nice and chilly.
You put the...
I don't know if I can drink. I don't know if I can drink this. Not for a bad reason, but it is blue raspberry Slurpee flavor.
Oh my god.
I am going to have one of the Hot Wheels ones because we don't get.
Spill
This is
it.
going to be a long tangent. I apologize that we haven't talked about
care.
any
Who
racing.
cares?
So we'll have to
get
pare
there.
this
There's
down
some
as
good-
best as possible.
Listen, we need the tea before we can spill the tea.
So Emily loves Slurpees. Crack the Radberry. That'll be the drink of choice for today.
That one I'm curious about.
Yeah. Yeah, it tastes like a blue raspberry. It's very light blue raspberry. Like a blue raspberry green tea. Oh, black and white tea, yeah. It's all right. It's very muted. It's not like that,
That's good.
super...
fake
I like
berry.
it. Sometimes you can go overboard with blue raspberry. So,
Agreed.
but yeah.
Oh, I
So,
got water.
with all of that long explanation as to
Whatever.
what I am drinking today, yeah,
Love it. Here for it.
we can jump into the Cracker Barrel 400 and all the results.
Yes. Can we talk about Cletus first, though?
Yeah, of course.
So Cletus ran the O'Reilly. Cletus. Hell yeah, brother. Sorry. So Cletus ran the O'Reilly, and he did not have a good day. You know it's bad when you're race engineer, whatever they call it, crew chief, race engineer on the radio is well, we learned a lot of things, didn't we? It's
Yeah.
it's never a good sign. But it's good though. I do have to say, even though he had some mistakes, which we'll get into, but it was good to see him out there because I feel like he's really good at understanding his level of where he's at. So like he's being humbled on the track, but I also think it's like his second official cup race vibes. So like he is learning, which is good, but it's good to just see him get out there. And I mean nobody's perfect first time they get around. That's why they have the different levels, right? But
well, and that's always been the kind of the concern, right, with a lot of people is like moving up through the different levels faster than maybe getting accustomed to each level to then that way when you get into the Cup Series, then you really have a good understanding of how to drive those cars.
Yeah, I mean that's the whole point. So yeah, so he had like a spin out in like the first stage, and then it messed up something on his car, so he went into the pit on the second stage, got it fixed, but then he left with the jack still under his car. So then he got like a penalty, and then he came back in to like serve that penalty, and then he spun out in the pit lane coming in. And so, so then he got another penalty, but he finished 35 out of 38. He started dead ass last because like, it was based off of points, but he moved up 3. And I think because I watched the live stream on YouTube and I caught, I was in and out because I was doing things, but like, towards the end of the race, he was really cruising, like getting his marks and really passing people like really well. So it's good to see. I'm happy. I think it's fun. So
yeah, I've been really enjoying seeing him kind of progress through all of it. I'm a fan watching his YouTube channel just in general. So it's really cool to see, and it's really fun to kind of follow that kind of like step behind the scenes of progressing into eventually hopefully the Cup Series.
I like that YouTube is actually live streaming his in-car. I think that's really cool. I wish they did that more. Like I think on Fox or whatever, I think you can do that like you can with F1, like choose the individual driver, but it's just cooler to have it on YouTube. Because I already pay for YouTube, so I don't have to pay for another.
Yeah, that is the one nice thing. The one thing I do love about like F1 and F1 TV, I know Apple is taking over, but you have so many different ways to watch the race where you can. I'll usually have I'll have onboard on my computer and like the data on my computer kind of pulled up, and then I'll have the race going on my TV. So it's another fun way to kind of watch and be involved with the race. And I like to pretend like I'm a good armchair quarterback when it comes to pit strategy, which if you know anything about how well I play games, I'm very bad at that. So it's fun to watch the data and be like, oh, I think they're gonna do this, or that's where I enjoy racing the most. So
do you think like if you were driving and I came on as your radio chief crew person, what would be your first thought? Like you didn't know.
Like I didn't know, and then all of a sudden you're telling me how to drive. I'm like, hey. I would probably be like, well, I taught you how to drive. I'd probably laugh. I'd probably like swerve into someone because it surprised me so much.
Yeah, I'd be like, hey bro, what you doing?
Crashing.
No, you're supposed to go the other way. I think it would be fun. I would just gossip with you the whole time. I would use like the
what else do you do for
too,
I mean what else do you talk about for 400 miles? I mean
especially like, dude, there's one guy eating snacks on one penalty, like
did you
one
last
yellow
week
flag. He was like eating snacks, and I was like, girl.
Last week everyone was talking about it. I don't know if you caught it, but Van Ginsberg went and had like a Baconator while they had the rain delay. Like I support a sport where the athletes can take a break, and a Baconator is part of that break. And
Nobody cares.
That tracks. Everybody, like, you know, and we were talking about that the other day. Is at Talladega, like after Talladega, Carson Hocevar and like his entire team just went to the local Chili's.
Yeah,
like
unannounced.
I think that is. I will say, like, that is probably one of my favorite things about, like, you know, you go from NASCAR to Formula One, right? We talk about both quite a bit, and like NASCAR is just this like level of like, you don't feel like you're an outsider with the drivers and the people on the track. You feel like you're kind of part of the community, where I think Formula One is now really distancing itself from the actual fans. They're becoming more of, I would say, like a marketing agency for brands, which has been kind of and there's obviously there's sponsorship and stuff like that in NASCAR, but it seems like Formula One has really taken, like, they're really more about brand and collaborations and stuff like that, and they're starting to lose, I think, the mark of who their actual fans are. So
and they do more like exclusive, like I know you can do the pit pass and that kind of stuff, but they make it more like exclusive experience. I'm assuming, I've never done it, so I don't know, but like with NASCAR, it's like you could pretty much go and hang out with the pit crew. Like, I don't know, but yeah, it's a much different, it's like more, I feel like it's more community based, but yeah, it's a much different vibe.
Yeah, it's definitely a very different vibe, and to each their own. They're very individualized based on the sport and how you know. So
well, and there's space for both of them. Like I think F1 is its own vibe and its own self. So
yeah,
I think it's good. It's good. You can move from both. You don't have to be one or the other.
I do think that I do like, you know, obviously being new to NASCAR, and you know, being Formula One before, and then over the last year starting to learn about NASCAR and getting into it. I really like both styles of racing. You know, the high performance Formula One is great because it's fun to watch. You know, the kind of the peak technology trying to go faster, as well as I think you get a lot of just good racing when it comes to, like, I was skeptical at first with some of these oval tracks being, you know, 200-300 laps because they're having to go 400 or 500 miles, and I was like, this is going to get boring. And I will say there are times where I'm just kind of like, after the pack spreads out, when you get kind of into, once you've gotten past like either the first pit or once you know, there's no cautions throughout the stage, it does start to kind of spread out, and then it gets a little boring. But once you do get those, and I would say for Nashville, what was really interesting is obviously Trackhouse was having a lot of issues with their cars, right? Their rotors were exploding. You know, Chastain. Oh, go ahead.
No. Finish your thought.
Oh, I was saying Chastain, and then also Zilich. You know, obviously Connor Zilich was the first one to have the issue. And then, you know, even then Van Gisbergen was like, do I need this to be an issue? Because he finished 5th. I mean, he did great.
He did really good.
You know, I've been saying, like, Van Gisbergen is definitely, once he starts to get better on these oval tracks, and he was saying before the race that the cement tracks are really tough when you get out of line, for him at least, to understand and how to control it. So for him to finish P5 was a great thing to see, and just overall good racing throughout the entire race. So, but
yeah, I agree with that. Poor Bubba, though.
That was a tough,
First of all, props to a man that is masculine and can express emotion. Okay. But he seemed so defeated when they were interviewing him afterwards. He was just like, yet again, I'm the bad guy. Yet again, I didn't finish. And it's like, damn, dude, you need a hug. But like, I think like, he just seemed so defeated, and he was doing good. Like, I mean, he wasn't running amazing, but like, it's just like week after week of like crashing out and not finishing, and people being like, oh, he's the reason you're crashing.
He's the reason you're crashing. Yeah.
It's just like that's gotta wear on your spirits, you know? So anyways, I was I felt really, I was like, oh damn, dude.
Yeah, that was was a tough one to see, and nothing of his. It wasn't his fault. I think someone just got loose and tapped him, and that was that. Yeah, he's had definitely a tough go the last couple races. So hopefully they can spin around, because the Toyotas have been really strong this season. So I think if he gets enough, into a good spot with the car, and the car is dialed in, I think we'll start to see him progress. Obviously, a great showing for Joe Gibbs Racing. The first three drivers were all, and it was great seeing Hamlin and Bell, especially at those last 3 laps, battle it out.
Oh my god, when they were,
it was great. I was watching the recap this morning, and I was like,
oh my god, they were like 3 wide at one point, and I'm like, you guys, and then it went down to just, oh mother, okay. Then it went down to just the 2. Sorry, it went down to the 2. When they were so close. I was like, they're bumping. Like that is the one thing in NASCAR. Like, there's a lot of times where like cars will literally bump into each other. I'm like, how are they not spinning out? Like it's, oh my god. Yeah, that I was nervous. I was really nervous about that. And then someone did crash, like right as they were crossing.
Yeah, right as everyone crossed the finish line.
Who was that?
I forget.
Reddick. No, it was.
No, Reddick got wrecked. He got wrecked crossing the finish line. I don't know who ran into him. I'll have to.
Yeah, I don't know who ran into him,
but yeah, that was crazy. And I think that's why like SVG dropped, because he was in 4th, and I think that's why he dropped, because I think he went way down onto the apron, looking like he was trying to avoid whatever was going on. So
yeah, Carson Hocevar, he had quite the maneuver he did some drifting to get around some people.
Yeah, I know, I saw that. He's so lucky he was able to avoid that crash. That was the Brad K and whoever crashed
Austin
with him. Austin Dillon, that's right. And it was interesting, because listening to the radio, he's like, he crashed me on purpose. So there's some drama to unpack there.
No, literally, like, as he was crashing, his like race engineer was like, he's pissed off from last time, so he crashed you on purpose. And then also, I really like it when Dale does the commentating, I'm just saying. But like,
yeah,
when they rewatched it, they were like, no, I don't think he did do that on purpose. Like, that was just like happenstance. And then like when Brad got off and like did his interview, and he was like, oh, he crashed me on purpose and blah blah blah. I'm like, bro, you haven't even watched the video yet. Like, let's not. But like, yeah, that was drama.
Yeah, it was interesting that they I think he was still spinning when they were saying that to him.
I know.
Like, I don't understand why they're like, oh, he wrecked you on purpose. Like, I went back and watched it. Because that happened. That happened while I was still watching the bit that I had watched, and I was like, "What?" He barely touched. I think he just got loose and tapped you, and that was that.
Well, I think what happened was, I think Brad, like, he was avoiding, and like he slowed down, and I think it was just an accident. But yeah, I was like, damn, what's the beef there? Like, it's just like instant. He did that on purpose, and then like everybody's fired up.
I'm like, what?
like, all right, shit stir.
It's like there's not enough drama, so we gotta start some for some reason. No, I was laughing because watching Hocevar, we went to a Giants game about, I don't know, 8 or 9 years ago. This is a while ago. This is when we were still living in San Francisco. And we were just behind 10 rows behind the dugout. And there were these lads that were drunk, just having the blast of their life. I kid you not. The reason why I was laughing so hard is one of the guys looked like Jonah Hill from Superbad. Like, really? His character in Superbad, and then like and then their other friend. So like, I kind of assigned this like weird persona, but they got really drunk and they were sneaking into seats, And so, like, we were just sitting, and then you would see them pop up in this section, and then the lady would be like, no, and run over and try and yell at them to get them to go away. And then you'd see them pop up in this other right? So it's just like, we're watching this Giants game. The game is not going anything, but we're just living life because we're watching these, like, drunk guys just pop up all over the place, and this poor, like, security lady has been chasing them all over. And I feel like, a long story short, that's how I feel about watching Hocevar in these races. He's 38th, he's 10th, he's 15th, he's 9th. Man, he is
first.
all over the place. You're like, hello. You're like, oh, you were in 38th a minute ago, and now you're in 10th. What happened?
Half the time I'm watching, I'm just like this at the TV trying to figure out where the hell Hocevar is.
I don't think Hocevar should be allowed to drive anything but the Chili's livery.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that.
Like, it makes it easy for me to see when he's plowing through the field, quite literally.
Dude, he's my
always
favorite.
makes me laugh. But every time I see him jumping back and forth, I always think of those guys at the Giants game just getting chased by security all over.
Oh my god, I love it.
Oh man.
Oh, it's funny. Let's see what else happened.
I think that's really the big stuff. I mean, it was a great race. It was a good race back and forth. There was some, the unlikely drivers, got some good points. And actually, I think that moves. I think SVG now moves into the top 10 with that finish, if he wasn't already. So. Same with Suarez. Suarez, I mean, he took the second stage. He did really good. It's interesting. We're getting some of the non-traditional NASCAR drivers are starting to really show up on that. So it's cool to see, which is great to see because it kind of proves out if other Formula One or other race car drivers maybe want to come over. Just saying, for those that are out there looking.
Max Verstappen. I don't know. I think that's it. That was the rain delay was annoying, and it went so late, even for me on the West Coast.
Yeah, those ones are tough. I didn't realize that it was supposed to start so late, just in general.
Yeah,
I do like the night races. I definitely want to get to one.
I do have to say the Red Bull car looked really nice, like with the matte finish, dude. Those when they do the cars like that, it looks clean.
Yeah, that one I like when they do the full Red Bull on that one. It looked really nice.
Cool. I think that's it. If you enjoyed our podcast, let us know. If you didn't, let us know. I don't care. At this point, we're committed to it, so we're here to stay.
Yeah, we're still showing up. So
we're still showing up. So
things to keep an eye on. Obviously, we got the Michigan 400 this weekend. So like, subscribe, drop a comment.